the ship to clean the ship up before we joined our company, and we went to Australia called Camp Cable and spent several months there in more basic training, and then we had to have our fatigue dyed. We was going to the jungle and had me dyed green, and while we were trying to dry them, I burned a hole in mine, but I wore those to New Guinea, and we were short of transport planes, C-47s, so they used B-24s, the bombers, had to get in the belly of them to take off, and I had the fortunate part to ride in the radio room with the one that controlled the plane, you know, and we went to Port Moresby, New Guinea, and there in September left Townsville, Australia, and about 400 miles from Townsville, Australia, to New Guinea, and if anyone knows anything about New Guinea, it's the second largest island in the world. It's 400 miles wide and 1,300 miles long, so and jungles galore, and rivers run through there continually. And when the tide would come in, the evening would come into the rivers. So if you got water out of the rivers, you had to get them before the tide come in, because then you had salty water, and you had to wait till the tide went back out and the rivers floated off before you drank the water. I went in combat in December 1942. I was wounded, and I was in the river up to a neck in water, and the enemy was firing what's called knee mortars and different kind of missiles at us. And there's a log close to me that caught the most of the blunt, so I just sort of got far of the shrapnel. And I got hit about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and my nose kept bleeding. They couldn't get it stopped. They had packed till late in the evening before they ever got it stopped. And after spending several weeks in the field hospital, I rejoined my company in 1940. Glad to meet you, Randy. I'm R.L.
Good to see you.
I've heard a lot about you.
Well, I've heard a lot about you too. I've been reading a lot about you.
Well, you can't believe everything you read in the paper.
Well, now be careful. You got the paper.
Well, I have to joke a little bit once in a while anyway. You know, I couldn't make it if I couldn't have a little fun.
I hear you.
I just thank them for a long life. And I carried it in combat. I was the only one in the company in the platoon that had a watch that was still running. They all quit, and we had to wear it in over with a leather band over, because if the sun would reflect on it, give your position away. Yeah. And whenever I was wounded, I gave it to one of my buddies so that they would have a watch there. 6 pence, 3 pence, 6 pence, shilling, and flooring, and the colored part there is made out of toothbrush handles. Yeah. Different colored toothbrush handles. That's for the sets in between it. And a buddy of mine made it. The arrow that he has on top of it there, that's what our Red Arrow Division, 32nd.
Congressional District, on behalf of the people of the state of Texas, the great state of Texas, and on behalf of the people of the United States of America, thank you for your service to our country.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I accept this, not only for myself, but all my buddies that are deceased and was in combat with me in World War II.